Lions fans, we need to have a conversation. Somebody got to pay the price. Shout out to the guy in my comment section that said, every time somebody gets fired, the Lions going to run. It's time for somebody to man up. No, it's not going to happen, but we need to talk about it. The Lions give up 28 points today in a loss to the Chicago Bears, and I know what everybody's going to say. Well, the offense only scored 13 points. Yeah, that's true. But we know that when the offense does not score points, we're going to lose. That's how that's going to be, even to the lowly Chicago Bears. Somebody needs to pay the price, and that person is Aaron Glenn. He needs to be fired. That's it. Every video that the Lions give over 14 points, I'm going to make a video about him being fired. You can blame Jared Goff. You can blame Ben Johnson. You can blame Brad Holmes. Oh, boy. And yes, you can. All of those guys are to blame. You can blame the offense. You can blame the lack of a cohesive offensive line. But the majority of the blame, you got two choices, Lions fans. You either blame Brad Holmes for the lack of personnel, or you blame Aaron Glenn. Now, if you're in a position that you have a boss, right? And your boss says, hey, you know what, man? We're not meeting the numbers. My boss said we need to spark up. We need to set a spark. So I'm going to have to let you go, right? Galvanizes the workforce. Now everybody's ready to perform. I have no sympathy for Aaron Glenn. None. You know why? Because Aubrey Pleasant was fired last year just because somebody needed to be fired. Now there's been arguments that he was telling the defensive backs to do other things other than the play call, and that is not confirmed. That's unconfirmed. But I specifically remember our coach, Dan Campbell, saying something needed to change. He threw a dart at a dartboard. Who could we fire? Can we fire Deuce Staley? Nah, we like him. Can we fire Todd Wash? Nah, we like him. We just got burnt by Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Let's fire Aubrey Pleasant. It doesn't matter that he has Jeff Okudah, Amani Oruwariye, Juju Hughes, Mike Hughes, and the rest of the garbage secondary, Jerry Jacobs that we had in the backfield or secondary. We're going to fire somebody because something needed to change. And ladies and gentlemen, something needs to change now. You can put this on the offense all you want. We know what our offense is. We know what Jared Goff is, and we're going to have a conversation about him as well. However, a spade is a spade times 2 is a spade plus 1. Aaron Glenn needs to be fired. His last 5 games, you have 38, 26, 29, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28. The Minnesota Vikings played quite possibly the worst game of the NFL season. The score was 3-0. They scored with 2 minutes left. They scored a field goal. We need to put up 70 points on this team. Will we? I don't know. But the defense, how much? If the defense allows even a touchdown, what is that? Right now, I know it's any given Sunday, but listen. You know what my mother says? Buy it right or spend twice. Right? You get what you pay for. If you want to be impatient and you buy a filler, you're going to spend more money because you're going to wind up buying the right piece later. It is time for Aaron Glenn to be fired. And if Dan Campbell, will Brad Holmes trump Dan Campbell and fire Aaron Glenn? Nope. And here's the thing. Anthony Lynn was demoted halfway through the 2021 season when we had literal booty cheeks on defense. Both of them. We had literal left and right cheeks. I was watching the highlights from the Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, Week 13 matchup in 2021 when we squeaked out that game at the end. And I was looking at our team. It was miserable. Absolutely atrocious. And we fired Anthony Lynn, and we didn't have lack of personnel. Now, you guys are going to be like, well, people are hurt. Oh, we've got He doesn't have a roster. That's what y'all gonna say. Let me see if I can quickly pull this up because I didn't think to have this. Let me go to the Wikipedia page and I'll donate to them later. All right. So let's find out. Who do we have on the injured list right now? Who do we have? Y'all gonna say that we got people hurt. Okay, let's see. Doesn't show on here, but how many people do we have that we didn't have to begin the season on defense? How many people do we have? Let me see if I can see the roster. Hold on. Draft, regular season. All right. Oh, current roster. Okay, here we go. Current roster. Let's see if this brings it in. All right, so y'all said we got people hurt, all right, on the defensive side of the ball. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, okay, cool. James Houston, okay, cool. Aleem McNeil, he just got hurt last week. Emmanuel Mosley, he played 3 snaps. And that is all we have on the defense. So you mean to tell me Emmanuel Mosley was a non-factor, C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a non-factor, and James Houston was a non-factor? Oh, yeah. A lot of you guys in the comment section ready to call me a basement GM, an armchair GM. I got 2 of them right here. Armchair GM. We have 3 people on injured reserve that play on the defense. And 0, none of them made a difference. None of them made an impact on this team this year. None of them. James Houston, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, except Aleem McNeil. So I'll take the back. Emmanuel Mosley. So we have 4 people on. The only one that made an impact was Aleem McNeil. It is time. It is time for Aaron Glenn to be fired. And we're going to see, man, in the offseason, because he not going to wait. He not going to wait. He not going to do it right now. He going to wait. He going to wait. So, again, I'm not trying to, rain on your parade. I just always try to tell you what the truth is. And the truth is this. The truth is that the Detroit Lions need to fire Aaron Glenn. This is not a panic button. This is years and years and years now of the same old thing. Offense doesn't score, we're in trouble. So you need to make a choice. You need to take the red pill or the blue pill. The red pill is Brad Holmes, and the blue pill is Aaron Glenn. You got to pick one. You're going to blame Aaron Glenn or blame Brad Holmes and let Aaron Glenn keep his job, or you're going to fire Aaron Glenn and put very little blame on Brad Holmes. Let me know in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.